for serious time. Now, just a quick recap, Reno. So we're on the summary page. I've already taken the liberty of updating the next chapter part of it, so that's where you are.
Cool.
You and Zalice are currently in the imprisonment of Team Rogue, and they are escorting you to your brother to be sacrificed to Bakrug for his summoning. So basically, you're going to be the sacrificial lambs to appease Bakrug so he awakens and assaults the world and completely obliterates it.
Great.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Oh. So the last episode... Sorry, I've got to answer Hivsham here. Should be working now.
I also apologize if anyone hears my child laugh or cry in the first hour here before we take a little break.
Yeah. So, as you can see in the last episode, our crazy compatriots come into the aftermath of a battle with a single survivor, an even crazier elf assassin named Lazala, or Lydia. She got a new character.
Right.
She assists the party in removing the ward set by her dead allies, and they help to go on to rescue Zaertas and Zalice from Team Rogue. At the end of their session, they ended up finding 2 broken collars, so we'll see how that plays out.
Da da da.
Da, da, da. Okay. So the quests, as you can see on the side here, the main quest is Darkness Rising. You stop the Blight from destroying Erethel. Saving Zaertas and Zalice is their quest. The side quests are retrieving the books from Zamar, Zaertas' evil brother.
Da da da.
Da, da, da. Retrieving the Queen from Parashka and returning it to Zasser Quibig.
Right, yeah.
Yes, restoring the funds of the bank that Hivsam opened up and so eloquently lost just as quickly as he made it.
Shedding a single tear.
Yeah, pretty much. Learning the cooking and we will rock you spell. Oh, that was our bard, Magnus. He wanted to learn his we will rock you spell to use it. Make a colossal abomination with Jerry on top. I think that's like a group effort at this point. It's not just Hivsam and Reaper. It's the whole group thinks, oh, this might be a good idea.
Morgak and I were kind of just like, whatever. Like, we'll help if we can.
Yeah, so we'll see how that works out.
It's like, we'll contribute bones.
Yeah. And then the super
we're not
hidden...
gonna actively help.
Yeah. And then the super hidden master plan of Hivsam. His plan is to collect 15 grand gold in total and try and find Jerry's descendants, if any. So he's up to something. That's.
I wonder in which direction. Like, could you imagine? It's like, yeah, I went to go find relatives of Jerry. I found his great grandparents. I've added them to the pile.
Or his great great grandson, because he is a zombie. So you might find him hanging about.
Oh God. All
right. So I will
informed.
move you in here. So right now we start in dark, spooky woods.
I really like.
So you guys have been walking along for a while now. You can overhear Team Rogue kind of talking amongst themselves about what kind of shitty job they were stuck with, escorting the both of you to Zamar to be sacrificed to Bakrug, and how everything had to just go sideways while these guys were put into a easily escapable trap, and they're kind of gloating that if it was up to them, just the 3 of them could have taken out the entire party themselves and would have been done with this whole BS. So they're all kind of like bitching and moaning about the last time when you guys had that prison outbreak. They managed to escape. Pretty much all of them. So
wait, are they like bitching at each other, or just
they're talking about they're bitching about like this whole like cockamamie scheme that their employer has brought up, and that they could have done a better job at it.
And what were their names again?
So we have Gerald, Janine, and Mr. Whiskers.
Okay.
Yes.
would I be able? Am I bound or gagged or anything?
You're not bound or gagged, but you do have the collar on you, and so does
That's fine.
Zalice. Both of you have your collars on. And they're still glowing a bright red.
So are they're just like pulling us along, or is like one of them
You're
behind us, kind of like with a spear or something?
Yes. So let me just double check the order here. We have Mr. Whiskers taking the lead.
Okay.
Zalice is behind him. Janine is to the, I believe that's the right of her. And then Gerald is bringing up the rear.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Mr. Whiskers, Zalice, and Zaertas and Gerald are all in line, and then Janine's just between you and Zalice.
Can I? Can I just? I don't even care if this does anything, but can I just use persuasion, um, on the other two and just say like, you guys should have just listened to Janine. Oh my God, child.
Listen to Janine.
Yeah, like you guys should have just followed Janine. Like kind of
Oh,
like
okay.
to,
Like
to
sow
sow
some
dissent
seeds of
upon their group.
discontent. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yeah. Go
Go
ahead
ahead.
and so who would you be talking to in that case? You just
I would be
talking
trying
to
to
the
piss
both of them?
off Gerald.
Gerald. Okay, so you just
More
kind of like
more than like if I roll well enough, I'd piss off Mr. Whiskers as well.
yeah.
The one I don't want to piss off is Janine. I want her to think like that I thought she had the best plan.
Okay.
So kind of like for her to agree with me.
So just a little bit of a background or update, or in case you forgot, they are brother and sister.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you want to use that against them or not, or something like sibling rivalry
I
kind
mean,
of thing.
We'll see how well I roll.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay, my child never laughs this much. I don't
She
know.
likes the spooky forest.
It's because I'm recording. All right, here goes. Let's just do the roll first.
Okay.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Holy snikes. Okay, so what do you say?
So, I'm gonna. So I'm not being pulled. I'm just being like kind of prodded to keep going, right?
Yeah, yeah. They're just keeping an eye out so you don't break rank and run.
Mr. Whiskers in front and Gerald at the back, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to walk a little bit closer to Janine and loudly say like, well, yeah, or I haven't used the voice in forever. You know, if the other two had listened to your plan, you know, things would have gone sideways like you said.
Okay.
And I'll pointedly kind of say that at Gerald.
Okay. So he gives you like this glare, but doesn't really say anything. And Janine just turns to Gerald and is like, "You know, he's right. If I was put in charge of this entire operation, we wouldn't be lost right now." And Gerald would be like, "Shut up. He doesn't know we're lost." He's just like making a cutting sound or cutting motion with his grinding his teeth, and he's just like, "You're talking too much," kind of thing. And he's glaring at her a little bit. While this is going on, you see smoke coming from, I would say, the northeast of you, billowing. You could probably tell it's about like 5 to 10 miles out. It just started like all of a sudden you just like see this huge plume of dark smoke just kind of like billowing around.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you can kind of smell a little bit of like, you know, burnt wood and ash just kind of like
and I have no idea like where I am, right? Like these are these the same forests that we came through when we fought the queen?
So these forests, it's deeper into the woods. Like when you
Okay. So yeah, but yeah, that's right, because I have no idea how I got to the arena.
Because you guys have no idea where you got to the arena. You know that you were originally asleep by a waterfall just out on the outskirts of the forest, and then all of a sudden you're captured by these three, and then you're dragged off into the night. And now you've been walking for probably what's felt like days, but you kind of get a general sense that you've been maybe walking around in circles almost a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
So I guess I can't really talk to Zalice without them just like silencing us.
Yeah.
I guess I'll just like does it look like they're walking towards it, or is it just something we can
You're
sense
walking
as well?
away from it. They don't seem to have
Uh,
noticed the smoke coming from behind them, but you just kind of managed to kind of like glance up and see like some grayish, dark plumes of smoke coming out.
all right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll say, hey, Catman, do you see that smoke over there?
He's like, what? What smoke? Oh,
I'll
Hey,
gesture like
yeah.
I'm assuming my hands are kind of bound, so I'll kind of
Yeah,
like
they
point.
are. Yeah. So you just kind of
I'll
like
use both hands to
nudge,
point up. Yeah.
nudge up. Yeah. So he just kind of like looks. Is like he looks up to him. He's like, Janine, you see that? And she just looks up. Is like, I have no idea what's going on. We have no reason to go back. We must keep pushing forward. I don't care what that could be. And then,
Interesting.
as she says that, you hear a distant, just like, boom, and you see like birds flying off in all directions where the smoke's coming from, and you hear like you see like even you can almost make out like little pieces of like twigs and bark and like trees just kind of like be thrown just above the canopy, the tree canopy. A distant just explosion.
Okay.
Yeah. From what you can tell, because you're like 5 to 10 miles away, you can tell that whatever explosion that was has probably leveled a good like at least I would say 100 yards of forest almost.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What are their reactions?
So, um, all three of them just kind of like look up. It's like, whatever that was, we need to move faster. It's probably his friends trying to catch up to us.
Okay.
So yeah, they're just kind of like pushing. Like Gerald kind of like gives a Zalice a quick shove in the back, and she kind of just like falls forward onto you, and just like move faster, run, let's go. So they're starting to pick up speed now.
All right. I'm gonna yell out. I mean, because they're mentioning the speed thing, I'm gonna say, you know, my sis can transform into a wolf. You know, she could go a lot faster than any of us.
So Janine just kind of like looks at you, and she just kind of smirks. She's like, "Yes, that's exactly why we have the collars on you, you little jerk. You ain't getting anywhere with these things on you. They're inhibiting your entire ability to use any magic whatsoever to keep you in line."
That sucks.
And she points to her arm, and she's got one of those like gauntlets with the little buttons on it. She's like, "Do
Right.
anything, and you know exactly what happens." And she just like pulls it over her cloak, just to cover it up.
I wait. What would what would charm be?
What would charm be? Charm's a spell,
Yeah.
would it not?
No. I meant like as a skill.
Oh, well, charm would
To-
definitely be
to
charisma. But
Just straight up charisma, or like
let me take a quick look at your thing here, because you also have to have like decent. No offense, but you are a lizard man, and she's a
I know.
drow. Not
That's
a,
why I was like,
you'd have to roll
Yeah.
pretty hard, and she actually already has to have sort of like a like towards you. Right now, your relationship isn't exactly very good.
no, I know.
So you'd have to roll pretty high. But let
Oh,
me
it
just...
would probably. You know what it would probably be? It would be deception or performance.
Yes.
Because I don't genuinely like her.
You
back,
don't.
so.
Yeah. So I would opt for deception over.
I'll give it a
performance.
shot. I mean,
Because
if I
performance
fail-
to me is like singing and dancing and like
Right,
playing an
yeah.
instrument, but deception would be like, oh, your hair looks amazing when you're actually like lying through your teeth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
I'm gonna
could try that.
I'm not so much gonna try to woo her as kind of like suck up to, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's give it a shot. Ooh.
Oh.
All right. So Zaertas will be just like. So he'll say, "Trust me, I won't be doing anything that you'll have to use that on me." And he'll smile so wide that like all his teeth are showing, and he thinks it's like the best performance he's done. Like, but clearly it's off-putting.
Yes. So as you do that, She just looks at you quizzically. She's just like, "Stop smiling. That's creeping me out. Just keep walking."
Oh. Yeah, and then I'll pick up the pace.
Okay. Zalice is like leans over as you guys are like sort of speed walkers. Like, "Good job, Romeo."
If I could, if I could just nudge you right now, I would.
She kind of like elbows you in the back. It's like, "The sooner we get out of these bonds, the faster we can get out of here and escape from these imbeciles. Now just keep your head on swivel. There's dangers all over this forest, especially deeper in the woods."
All right.
All right.
Can I do a perception check just to see if my perception shit.
You could.
Just to see if there's like anything like traps or like, you know, when there's like a fork in the road, kind of like force them to go in one way or the other.
Sure.
Yeah.
No,
good, not bad.
So I would say that you guys seem to have found your bearings a little bit more from what you can tell. You haven't been in this area of the woods because before you could kind of notice like maybe you guys going over like some similar tracks that you had seen before. So it looked like you're almost going in like an oval, but you managed to correct your pace, and Janine seems to have guided Mr. Whiskers on the right path. So
okay,
your persuasion helped in that regard. You guys are back going towards your certain doom, so congratulations.
Doom
but,
for everyone.
Yeah. There's no fork in the road. There isn't really even a road. It's just like a off-beaten path. There's bushes and there's overgrowth everywhere. It looks like this place has been like very... it hasn't been traveled in a long time. There was remnants of road previous to this, just like a simple one that merchants would have used to sell their wares to distant towns, but right now it's just completely overgrown.
Are there any mushrooms, flowers, or like moss growing on the way?
There's a lot of moss and mushrooms, yeah. Not too many flowers, though. It looks like most of this area of the forest looks almost to be dying right now. Oh. It's kind of like... It's overgrown with moss, but not the kind of like moss you would normally see in a forest. It's like... It's dark. It's very black, almost.
Could I maybe do a like survival check to see if like I could understand what has any properties that might be useful to me?
Yeah, sure.
Like, never mind. I was thinking like if maybe I could get them to ingest something or make a stew using something, but no, I should.
No, so you kind of
clearly
you as you're being forced to walk by briskly, you kind of just like kick at some moss, just to see what happens, and sort of like a almost like a puff of black spores just kind of like kicks up, and
yikes.
And everyone kind of like notices like beak. Yeah. The Janine notices this is like, "Be careful where you step, you fool." And Zalice
can't help it. I got big feet. And I'll give her another toothy grin.
Okay. You want to roll for charisma again and see how you do?
No.
Okay.
Well, yeah, sure. Why not? Sure, why not? Just straight charisma.
All right. Holy shit.
Now she finds it endearing and cute. Yes.
Okay. So I'll give you that. She's just like, whatever. She just kind of rolls her eyes and lets it go.
And for her, that's good.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Yeah, I wasn't gonna. I wasn't gonna have her jump your bones right there because that'd be like completely out of character. But
no.
She's kind of warmed up to you a little bit there.
I'm endearing.
Yeah.
Like it'd be one of those things where if we broke out and I killed the other two, I wouldn't kill her.
Oh, okay.
Or I'd knock the shit out of her brother, kill Mr. Whiskers, and then be like, just walk away.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. All right.
Continue on. Sorry.
So continuing on, you guys actually managed to come into a clearing finally.
Ooh.
So right now it is pretty much the same identical forest that you saw before. There is a lot of overgrowth and a lot more of that like black kind of like gross moss that you did see.
Right. There's more of it.
Yes, there is more of it.
Okay.
This area is
scary.
Yeah, it's a little spooky. It's pretty spooky. So, what we'll do here. Oops. I'm on the wrong side here. That's what I want. Okay, so I'll just kind of like select everyone. So as you guys,
I can tell who's who. Yeah.
yeah, cool. So as you guys kind of like wander forward a bit, I'm just gonna reveal some of this map. Over the hill, so this hill here,
And through the woods.
and through the woods, you guys can make out 3 figures, sort of right in that clearing there.
Humanoid?
Humanoid figures. Yep. You can roll for perception to see
I love rolling.
what they look like.
Oof.
Okay. From where you're standing, you're having a very hard time to actually see, just because Janine's in the way and there's a bunch of trees. But
Right.
Mr. Whiskers kind of makes his way over and kind of like quietly ushers over Janine, and Gerald kind of takes up the rear and just kind of like watches you two while both of them just kind of like sneak up here. So
What are my hands bound with?
they're bound with rope.
Like thick rope? Like
Thick
ship's rope?
Yes, very thick rope. And Gerald is wearing like a short shirt, so you can clearly see that he also has one of those gauntlets as well. So
Okay.
Janine and Gerald seem to be the ones that are carrying the collar controls.
I was just wondering, like, would I be able to attempt to like force some space within the rope and or break it? But
You can
the
attempt,
thing
but
is,
you'd
I
have to
don't wanna
roll
make, I
for
don't want to make a noise.
yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to roll for stealth and it'd be with disadvantage because Gerald is like looking at the both of you.
Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Just curious.
Yeah. So, see, I guess you could have to roll for perception to see if you can hear what they're whispering about.
I will definitely do that.
Yeah, try that. See if you have better hearing than sight. Oh, so
No.
all you hear is just like you're kind of like busy, just like staring down Gerald, just piss him off.
I'm trying to like figure out a way to break
Yeah.
my bonds.
Yeah, you're just
I
kind of
should
like
be paying attention. Yeah.
you're not really paying attention. Zalice looks to be intently listening as best she can to what they're saying.
Way to go, sis.
So they both come back, and Janine just kind of whispers into Gerald's ear and points towards that direction where those 3 figures are. And
Okay.
she just kind of like makes some, I guess you could call them tactical gestures with her hands. And so she holds up like 2 fingers, points forward, and you just kind of like nods. So Janine and Mr. Whiskers start making their way as stealthily as they can up to see if they can scout out a little bit more. And they just kind of go out of view for a sec
Of course, you wouldn't leave me alone with Janine, huh?
there. No, I don't want to make it too easy for you. Okay.
Now, does Gerald have his back to me?
No, he's facing the both of you.
Oh, okay.
He just kind of like takes a step back and just like puts his foot up on a
Yeah.
little hill here and just kind of like watching you. It's like he points to the ground and he keeps pointing to the ground and moving his finger. Zalice sits down. What do you do?
Like, did she forcefully sit down, or like?
No, she just
followed
quietly. Yeah, she just quietly just sits down the ground, and she kind of looks at you and just she kind of like, come on, just sit down.
Yeah, I'll sit down, but like up against the tree, kind of.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine.
So I have something to like push off of if need be.
Yeah. Okay. That works.
So like not exactly what he wants, but still doing what he wants.
Yeah, he seems to accept that. He's just sitting down, leaning up against a tree. It's a few minutes that pass, and they make their way back. So, Janine takes Gerald off to the side here, and they start talking. And Mr. Whiskers
I want to roll perception.
takes her. Okay. All right.
Much better.
So, from what you hear, Janine is telling Gerald that there are people just past a large oak tree in the middle of an altar performing some sort of ritual.
Okay.
They have no idea what they're up to or what they're doing, but she's not entirely sure what kind of ritual it is, if it's good or it's bad, or if these people are good or bad. Gerald is really the only one that would have a better idea of this, so she's basically telling him quietly, go up there, see if you can make anything out, see if you recognize what's going on, and then come back. So then he just kind of like nods quietly.
So he's sending her out?
He's going out by himself
He's
just to
gonna
see
go.
if he can figure out what the heck is going on out there. So he
Alright.
disappears, and then she makes her way over to Mr. Whiskers, and they just sit down by in the grass. And Janine eyes both of you, and she puts up her finger to her lips, like shh.
I'll smile. I'll wink.
Oh, okay. Do you
Should
want to
I
do
do a
another
charisma
charisma? Yeah, if you want to.
do.
Let's see how this does. Okay.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not
It
good. It's
didn't,
not
it didn't
bad.
net me anything, and I didn't lose anything.
She just kind of like, I don't know what you call it, just like,
Man, I'm starting to like get the hots for. It used to be deception, and now it's charisma.
well, have you seen what she's wearing? I mean, what man wouldn't like that? I
Yep,
mean,
pretty
that's
much.
kind of skimpy outfit, but hey, those blades could do some damage if you're not careful. So, so another few minutes pass, and then Gerald comes back, and he takes Janine off to the side once again,
God damn
and
it.
they go ahead and start whispering to each other.
No.
You hear nothing.
So
Nothing's
I go
going
to pay attention, and then like, I guess my tail pushes against some moss, and some spores go out towards
just
Mr.
like-
Whiskers or something.
Yeah, Mr. Whiskers takes a step back. He's like,
I'll just shrug.
all right. So they're done talking. All right. So Gerald is now taking the lead. Mr. Whiskers is rear. And Janine's staying in the center. So Gerald goes over to you guys and just says, all right. There's a couple people over there doing some weird ass shit. We're going to try and sneak around them. We need to get out of this area. All right? Now keep it down, and we'll be just fine. Okay?
I'll nod while I'm trying to think of a way to make him fuck up.
Okay. All right, so I'll reveal this area because eventually we're going to go into it here. So we got that.
You said they're inhibiting our magic ability, right?
Yes, they are inhibiting your magic ability.
Then I'm gonna throw away that thought because there's no way I can like make him do anything. All right.
Yeah. So you guys are now about, I would say, they just kind of like gone up to here. So you now see this.
Now this is the oak tree, right?
Yeah, this is the oak tree.
Okay.
That is right here. I just want to double check something. To make sure that this is where it should be. Otherwise, I'd screw something up here. What the heck is going on here? Magic. Okay, good. That's exactly where they... Okay. So I'll reveal this part too. So just past the oak tree is this here.
Man.
And you
Ooh,
can
what is
kind of
that?
see off to the side a little bit, I'll say.
Oh
as well.
shit. Okay. Oh.
So
Yep.
more or less that clearing here. Yeah. So from what you can see, there are a few individuals, and one of them looks to be obviously a mage that's facing a well.
The red guy.
The red guy. The green and the brown guy are looking like they're keeping watch to make sure nobody tries to approach, or if anything tries to approach, they see them coming. The female, what looks to be, is talking to a gentleman in the center there. He's got wearing scale mail. He looks very grizzled and old, possibly a very seasoned veteran of some sorts. And he's talking to the female while the mage is performing his ritual.
Mm.
So, if you want, you can roll for perception again and see if you notice anything else. Yeah.
No.
Not from here. It seems to be blocked by your vision of Zalice and Gerald. So Gerald
I got some
turns.
spores in my eyes.
Yeah.
I can't properly wipe them.
So Gerald turns to Janine and gives her some more hand signals. So
Goddamn hand signals.
yeah. So what you see him do is he holds up all 5 of his fingers, so 5, and then he kind of points. Yeah, stop, and he kind of points off to this direction here.
Okay.
Where it seems to be
What
like
is their
a low
plan to
hill.
stealth 2 prisoners. Like
They're
we don't
kinda-
get to use their-
They're kind of hoping that you guys are just going to be quiet because it's safer than taking these people on head on, because you don't know how powerful they are. You have no idea what the hell they're doing.
True.
They're just trying to get you to Zamar. That's their only job right now. They don't want to deal with any unnecessary combat if they have to. Okay. So from what you can see over in that direction, it seems to be like just a low sloping hill right here. They're planning on probably just like guiding you guys through there and then hopefully finding an area where you can exit out of. But they're also keeping an eye on these 3 individuals. They're just kind of like standing around. They're not really doing anything, but from this distance you can't see them over the hill.
No.
But you guys still know that they're there. You don't know if they moved or not. So if you round the corner and they've disappeared, then that's going to be fun, won't it?
Super fun.
So, what do you want to do? Anything, or do you want to go with them?
I just don't know what I can do. I mean, like, besides just making a lot of noise, like, like, I could try to break out, but what good is that?
Mm-hmm.
I could make noise, and well, the problem is, it's like they want to avoid everything.
Mm-hmm.
When we could probably like tactfully take one out, and then like they'll send 2 out after the other or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll whisper to Janine and just see how she takes it. I'll say something like, "Do you want to try to lure the guard closer? We'll take him out, and then hide, and see if they send a few more out. Because there's 5 of us. 5 on 1's easy. 5 on 2 is easy, and then we can take out the others."
Okay.
What do you think?
So,
And I'm not trying to persuade her on this. I'm
You're
just
not.
gauging. I'm just gauging what she thinks.
okay. So as you say that, she just kind of like, she looks at you and looks at Gerald and kind of walks up to Gerald a bit. And she points to the guy in the brown armor. And she's just kind of whispering to him. So, as that happens, Gerald runs back as quietly as he can to Mr. Whiskers. And he comes up with him. Mr. Whiskers. And he points past the oak to the brown guard. Mr. Whiskers goes poof, disappears.
Of course.
And you hear sort of like a sound coming from this area.
Mm-hmm.
Just some noise. Like it sounds like an animal kind of like crying out in pain. Like
Okay.
like it was caught in a trap or something.
Uh-huh.
So the guy in the brown armor starts to move towards here, and you can kind of make out that he's gesturing to where the noise came from, and the captain is just like shrugs his shoulders. So he's just like, all right. So he's slowly making his way over. He draws his axe from his shoulder or from his back. So it is a big axe. It is.
Okay.
It kind of rivals Morgax almost.
And we can all see this, the four of us up here.
Yes, the four of you can see that.
Now, can I kind of like do one of those like light elbow touches to Janine and then raise my bound hands and do like just like a look down to my hands, a look to her eyes, kind of persuasion roll?
Okay. So right now, both Gerald and Janine have eyes on the guard that's heading towards where Mr. Whiskers is hiding.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I'm the one furthest back, eh?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Oh shit. Can I try to break my bonds?
You can give it a shot. You would roll
I don't need to do. I would have to do stealth.
So
I'm all right in stealth. I'll give it a shot.
All right. So we'll try for stealth, and then we'll try for strength. So stealth first, then strength. Awesome.
Right.
Perfect. And then strength to see how you do with the bonds. So it's okay. You managed to loosen.
Do I loosen them? Maybe
you do loosen them a bit. They're actually quite tight, and as you're pulling on it, it's grating against your scale skin, just because it's like ship rope. It's very.
That's
very,
what I thought.
Yeah, very heavy, very tight, and
right.
rough. But you loosened them a little.
All right, so I feel relief.
Yes, yeah, it's not as tight around your wrist anymore. Yeah. As you start doing that, the guard kind of makes his way over, and he just disappears.
Yeah, because I'm assuming my hands are still too large to get through. So, but at least it's like not hindering me as much as it was.
You don't hear anything, but a few minutes pass. He comes back.
What?
He just
Mr. Whiskers
moves over here.
Maybe he actually got caught in a trap.
Yeah. So Janine and Gerald just kind of like turn slyly to each other and just like, all right, now we can go.
Weird. All right.
So, he kind of like turns to you guys like, all right, you two, shut up. Don't say a thing. And I swear to God, if you try anything, we will make these collars explode your heads off your necks. With that, she goes and cuts Zalice's bonds off. Goes to you, does the same. And she
Yay.
and she gives you back your helmet because they took that off you.
Okay.
And she gives Zalice a hood to wrap around her head. So now that those collars are being covered, and your helmet is going to be covering yours as well.
Got it.
And she turns again, and she says, and she reiterates, we will blow your heads off if you do not follow this plan and follow our lead completely.
I'll put two hands up in the air as like I surrender kind of thing.
Okay.
To her.
Are you trying to be deceptive when you do that, or are you being honest? Because if you're being
for now, being honest.
Okay. I want you. Actually, no. I'll let you get away with that as long as you're being honest with me. You're being honest with him. So
for,
yeah.
Like for
yeah,
now, like
for
the
now,
minute,
yeah.
the minute that I get an opening, I'm gonna do something.
Fair enough. All right. So you start telling you is like we'll group up. So you guys are like grouped up like this, and you start walking forward.
Just what I wanted.
And you just like follow our lead. And like I said, do anything and we'll kill you. So you guys start moving through. And before they pass the oak tree, Janine just kind of like waves her hand. And he's like, hello. Like, afternoon. Lovely day in the forest, is it not? And you just like make it through.
Actually engaging them. This is
through
amazing.
the forest.
Okay.
And then immediately the guy in the brown armor turns and runs forward. And so does the lady and this guy who takes the front. The mage is still working on the whatever he's doing, and the elf kind of just like side glances, but knows it's being covered, so he's continuing just to kind of like make sure nothing else is going to be coming in the other direction. So yeah, Janine just goes up to what seems to be the leader, and she greets him. The guy is very wary of what is going on. The female looks to be a rogue elf, is also very wary. The dwarf with the axe just is kind of nonchalant, just standing there with his axe held loosely at his side, not ready to attack or anything.
Can I roll an insight on these guys just to gauge their generally like what they're about, I guess?
Yeah, sure.
Never mind.
As far as you can tell, this guy's Santa Claus and the rest of them are his elves.
All right. So I can't tell anything about them. All right.
No. So, try roll perception and see if you can kind of overhear what they're saying. I mean, you're fairly close, so you should be able to. Okay. It's not bad. So she's just basically saying, oh, we're just a small group of travelers. We ended up getting lost. We're actually trying to make our way to blah, blah, blah in what's its face. And you can kind of make out the captain. He's saying that this area is like highly restricted right now. Like, what are you doing here? Like, this land is supposed to be quarantined. We're actually in the process of starting to quarantine it now. That sort of thing. So it kind of seems like this guy is some sort of official agent of the kingdom, or of some kingdom that is trying to prevent things from spreading, it seems. So it looks like word has gotten out that there's something real funky going on in this area, and they've sent agents, hired people to go out and investigate, assess, and maybe even prevent some sort of thing from happening.
So I feel like if I rolled insight better, these guys are actually like the good guys.
From what you can tell, these guys are good people. They're not trying to cause any shit. They're just trying to prevent a complete world catastrophe from happening.
Now it changes my whole thing about trying to lure them out one by one.
Yeah.
Now, do I know which one of them is controlling my collar?
So you do not. You have no idea.
Yeah. Shit. Because if I start anything and I choose the wrong person.
Yep.
All right.
You don't know. You don't know.
Okay. I'll let the conversation go a little bit longer.
Okay.
See how they're gonna how these two are gonna deal with trespassing.
Yeah. So you can hear a little bit of back and forth. Janine seems to be a very well-versed, fork-tongued individual because this captain's warming up to her quite quickly. You can tell. She's just using her feminine drow wiles to kind of like lure him to a nice sense of security. And she's just like talking about like, oh, such a strong man put in such a measly task should not be stuck here with all these like dirty, disgusting force. He should be out in a palace with his wife and children. And he's going back to her. He's like, I'm not married. He's like, oh, really? You?
I'm changing my insight to her.
Okay.
To see if she's gonna do a sneak attack or she's just really just trying to buy time to get around them.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. What are her true intentions?
Her true intentions, from what you can tell, are just as a distraction right now. You're not sure for what, but she doesn't seem to want to mess around right now. She's kind of biding her time and maybe looking for a way around this whole situation if she can.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I can really say.
They told us to be quiet, right?
Yes, they did.
Of course they did. All right. Well, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna. So what was the last thing they were talking about?
So
exactly.
okay, so before all the flirting.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was basically explaining that this whole area is restricted right now, and he's part of an organization that has been sent with this band of hired mercenaries to find the threat, assess the threat, and if need be, exterminate with extreme prejudice.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So, I'm gonna walk up, or I'm not gonna walk up, but I'll pipe up and I'll say, look, you can tell that we're no threat to you, so can we just go on by? And then I'll do yeah.
Holy crap!
Just let me through.
All right.
I'm persuade the shit out of them to let us out of here.
All right, so you pipe up, and you kind of like take a step forward just so you're seen. And Gerald is wide-eyed and just like looking at Janine and looking at you and just like, fuck. He just had to say something. But the captain turns and he approaches you. He's just like, lad, you're a big one. Where are you from?
Oh shit! What's the name of the place I'm from? I'll say. Well, hold on one sec. It's not in my bio. All right. What
Just
I'll
make
tell
it up.
him is. What I'll tell him is. Well, as you can tell, I'm a lizard man. But I was trained. Wait, what race is this guy?
Oh, this guy, he's human.
Perfect. I was actually trained by humans to be a paladin of the eternal ocean. And I'll I guess I don't have anything to prove that right now, but
Try. Well, it is the truth, but are you trying to persuade him to believe your story, or?
No, I was just answering his question.
Just answering his question?
Like,
Okay.
yeah.
So he just kind of like nods and he's just like, all right. Can't say I've ever heard of that place before, but you seem like good people. And he's just like,
trust me, they're it's you know the goddess Surfertiti?
and he's just like, lad, I've heard of her a little, yes.
Well, she's the one that I serve. And you know that she's a what I'm gonna say chaotic good?
I think she's, hold on.
Ish?
Yeah, ish. Let's think about it.
I'll say
she's
you know anyone.
She's a good god of the sea.
Yeah. So I'll say, so you know that our intentions are good.
Okay. Because you rolled so high on your persuasion, I'm going to go ahead and say that counts towards that, because he seems to believe most of your story. So he turns to Janine, and with her mouth just kind of like agape, just a little, she immediately closes it when he turns to her. And he says, lady, you got the fine group of people here. You keep them safe and be on your way. And he just kind of like points up to the direction of the cave.
Okay.
And yeah. But with that happening, you end up hearing like a loud yell from this direction here.
Oh.
And out comes, running at almost full sprint, the dwarf.
Oh, shit.
And he immediately goes to his captain. He's like, Captain, I was knocked out, and what the fuck is that thing?
Okay,
like,
I'm gonna instantly punch him in the face. Right.
Okay.
Roll
to hit.
Do you want me to do an unarmed strike or just strength?
I want you to roll to hit first. See if you actually hit him.
Because unarmed strike.
He's breakneck speed right now. Yeah.
Oh, I'll clothesline him.
Okay.
Never mind.
No, you just like, it looks like you just like waved your arm in the air and go like, oh my god, look who's that. That's basically what you just did.
I rolled another 2. Man, I've rolled so many 2s today.
Well, it was a 9, but it's, yeah, you didn't hit him for sure.
All right. Yeah, so
so the captain's just like horribly confused right now. And this lady goes up to this dwarf and draws her blade.
I understand now.
She draws her blade on this one here. And he's just like, what are you doing? I'm the real Ghibli. That's an imposter. And he points to the other one. He's like, what are you talking about? I'm the real Ghibli. It's just going back and forth right now. And then Gerald and Janine are just like,
Of course they are.
And Zalice is just kind of like watching the whole thing, just kind of like smirking to herself. Like she's having like the best time right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I'm assuming they want to run away.
So at this moment in time, they're just kind of like watching. They're assessing their situation right now that this has happened, and they're trying to figure out what to do next. From what you can tell, I want you to roll for perception to see if you notice anything.
Nope.
Okay. No. You hear like a whistling of the leaves, but nothing out of the ordinary right now.
All right.
So now the captain is just like, all right, what's going on here? What the did you people do this? So you got more people hanging around here somewhere? Like, what's going on? And Janine is just like, oh, I have no idea what's happening. Like, I have never seen this happen in my entire life. It's just the four of us. No clue. No clue.
Ugh. All right. Well, I don't know what to do here. This is so awkward. Would have been easier if I just knocked him the F out.
All right. So the captain is like, all right. I got an idea of how to tell who's the real Ghibli here. And he points to that tree. And he goes like, both of you Ghiblis, go to the tree. So they just like, all right, fine. We'll play along with this little game here. So both Ghiblis go to the tree. And he's like, Captain.
Are Gerald and Janine making any sort of like
They're not
hand
moving.
emotions?
No, they're not moving. They're not saying anything. They're just like looking at each other. And they're just watching right now.
Trying to take keys, like, are they going to attack? Are they going to run away? Because, like, is there even a spot for me to escape? Like, not really.
Yeah.
Because to break the collar, I have to do a strength above 18 check, wasn't it? If I recall.
And Lazal is keeping an eye on Janine and the other three right now as the captain's dealing with this craziness. So he points to the oak tree. And he's like, I know our Ghibli is a fine climber. He can get to the top of that tree in no time flat.
Oh my god, they're going to race.
Both of you race up the tree, and whoever reaches the top is the real Ghibli. So they're just like, all right. We'll see how this goes. So I'm going to roll the saves for this one. So the one on the left is going to go first. These are going to be dex saves, and I'm going to take the first roll. So this one right now is kind of like having a real problem climbing up that tree to start. This one, let's see how he does. Dex save is having a way better job climbing up the tree than this one. I'm going to do 2 more rolls. See what we do. This one got his footing, and he is booking it up the tree. This one. Okay, this one's falling way behind. This one's going to go one last time. This one has almost reached the top. This one catches up. They're neck and neck right now. Okay, I'm going to do one more here. This is going to determine the winner.
Ugh. I'm just so like put off because it's like I don't have access to my spells. I can be controlled at any time.
You're just watching this occur.
I have had no opportunities to like truly break away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel.
Yeah. So this one here has made it to the top of the tree. This one just kind of slides down in defeat and just like takes his place over here. And just like, I knew you were the fake one. And he's like, well, I guess the jig is up. And then poof.
Oh, of course.
And he's like, Ghibli, triumphantly yells, "Ha ha! I'm victorious!" And when he does
That'd be
that,
really funny. He's at the top of the tree and just like someone zaps him with a bolt of something, knocks him off.
well, funny you should say that, because as that occurs, the tree comes to life.
Oh
The
shit!
roots grow out all around it. So there's like, here, I'll even like draw it if I can get the freehand here. So yeah, there's like roots just like all coming out of the ground and shit. And it immediately bends backwards, and a great big gaping maw just kind of like opens up,
shit.
and Ghibli just falls right into it, and it just
Man.
shuts completely, and just you hear this just bones and blood and gore just crunch all over the place. There's blood all over the front of the tree. It's just spraying all over the front. It's like Zalice gets the full brunt of it. She's like covered in this like dwarf's blood, and everyone's like, "The fuck."
Is everybody on alert right now?
Oh yeah, you can damn well guarantee everyone's alert now.
All right, so is it like all of us versus this tree kind of thing, or like, is it gonna be like a three-way battle kind of thing here?
You're not sure right now.
All right,
but
I'm gonna look at Gerald in the middle, like just as this is happening, and I'm gonna say, fuck, I guess it's a deception. Yeah, it'll be a deception. I'm gonna look at Gerald and be like, give me access to my full power. I'll help you.
So okay, Gerald's just like freaking out right now. He just doesn't know what to do. Janine takes up the mantle and goes up to Zalice, rips her hood back, and then just pushes a button on her gauntlet, and the collar falls forward onto her hand. She sticks it in her pack. She runs over to you and does the same.
Oh shit, she could do it to both of us?
Yeah, she did to both of you, yeah. She can release both of them. So,
but alright, so we still don't know who had control of who. Okay.
Yeah. So right now,
cool.
both your colors are off, your bonds are off, you're ready to fight. The mage, Randolph the Bage, and Pegalas are just like, the hell's going on up there? And they're like, don't worry, lad, we got this covered. Keep the ceremony going. And it's just like running up here. And he's yelling at Liza's like, I need you to help Pegalas in case there's like a flank. So she goes back as well. She's covering the rear with Pegalas right now.
Yes. Well, actually, before the fight starts, maybe break time?
Break time. Yes.
Yeah.
We can do break time. And
Have
we
you
will
eaten?
come back and have fighting the Whispering Willow.
Much fighting love.
Yeah. So I'll stop the music for now. We'll take a quick break and come back with the battle.
Yeah. Somebody knows it's bedtime.
And I'm going to eat the rest of my taco salad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, have you eaten? You've just been chatting.
Oh, I've been nomming this as we go. So
Okay, good.
yeah.
All right, man. This is. It's so you had to make these people like good people, because I was like, oh, I'm ready to beat the shit out of them, and it's like, wait a second,
Yeah.
they're probably doing something good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't roll very well on my insight on them, but
Unfortunately not, but you overheard through the conversations.
yeah, it seems like they're doing good work,
Yes.
and I might want to keep this going.
Yes. It helps.
But I rolled a persuasion on the captain, right?
Yes, so you rolled the persuasion on the
So-
captain.
so
You got a
he-
nat 20,
He thinks
so he believed
I'm a good
you.
person.
Yes, he definitely does.
So, regardless how this fight ends, I'm good with Janine and the captain.
Kind of.
So-
Yeah. You've managed to
Ish.
convince both of them a little bit.
All right. Okay,
Might be
'cause
able to
I'm a
use
little
that to your
more.
advantage.
I'm. What's the word? My outlook is positive
Yes.
for the post fight.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You saying hi to Jason? Say, hello.
Hello. Not quite. All right, it's a quick wood. By mistake, it's a quick wood.
Okay.
That's what we're fighting here today.
It's
you
so interesting. It's like looking at my skills. It's like I'm really good at some things and really shit at others, which is pretty much how it's supposed to be. And then I'm middling in a few things.
Yeah.
And the things I'm middling at are sleight of hand, stealth, survival, and deception, and performance, which is all right.
Yeah.
I'm not good at nature or investigation or history or arcana.
That's a shame. So just to give you an idea, I'm just gonna show you real quick what basically this thing looks like. Da, 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 da.
I'm really good at intimidating.
I'll put that in the chat here. So the library. So that's Quibig's library. So that's basically what you're fighting.
Oh, sorry. Where'd you put it?
Zasser Quibig's library in Discord.
Oh, Discord.
Yeah. All his roots are Uba the Dangerous.
Oh, that is great. Is that like Wonder Woman?
He kind of looks like it almost, yeah. But these aren't the rapey kind of woods, so you're fine.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So time to get a bottle. Time to get changed.
Yes.
Then go to bed.
Yes. I'm gonna mute my microphone while I eat, and then we'll get started when you return.
Just put the instrumental of the tequila song on repeat.
Oh, tequila. Well, I was actually gonna find us some battle music, so I'm gonna go ahead and do
Oh,
that.
there you go.
Exactly.
All right, I'll be back.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Let's see if I can find some better. Oh. Haha. I did not join this one. So, play. Let's see if we can find. Oh, that'll work. Listen to some battle music while we wait.
Hello.
Huh. I had my phone muted.
All right, I'm back.
Okay.
Baby is asleep. Dog went outside.
Yay. To be eaten by the wolves or join them. You know, whatever happens.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get this show back on the road here. I was playing music in our regular chat, so if you want to join that real quick, and then we can get some battle music going.
Which one's that?
Ye Old Tavern of Lament. There we go.
I'm here.
All right, let's get some battle music going here. Oh, did I do that wrong? I think I did. Maybe I didn't like that. Oh, there we go. Here we go. All right, so boop. Oh, world's most intense. 4 was powerful epic music. Let's go with number 4 because I was playing 1 and 2. So. Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Turn that down a teensy bit on my end here. I'll put it about 30, let's say 20%. About that. Okay. All right. So.
You have 100% of my attention.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hear that pretty music though. All right. So we're gonna roll for perception. Just get me that turn order up and yeah. So.
Initiative.
Initiative. Time to roll for initiative. Sorry, guys. 16. I'm gonna get him to roll as well. So I'll get all the NPCs to do the same. Start with Mormir. And we got Mr. Kitty Cat. I'll just roll a 20. Oh, he's supposed to be attached, but his silly stats aren't popping up on here like they should. Hold on. Maybe I should check that before I start battle. Ha ha. Hey, where are they? Dang it. Oh, now I remember where I put him. Up the top here. Mr. Gerald. Jean. Mr. Whiskers. We should have his character sheet up here, so I'm just going to pop that out. Alright. So I'll give him a regular roll here. Let's just add this in manually. Uh, 1d20. And your stats, Mr. Whiskers, are +3. So Mr. Whiskers got 14. Noble 14. Gerald and Janine will sit this one out, I believe. And then Zalice will get herself one as well.
Would her page work for her thing?
It should actually. Let's take
See if I can do it.
see. Yeah, you try. Oh, look at that. She's just like covered in blood and she's just completely in shock right now. She just does not know what's going on. All right, then we'll do the tree. All right, well, that's also kind of crappy, but there we go. All right.
So I can technically roll for Zalice if you want me to.
Oh, you already did. She rolled a 3.
No, I meant like for the fight.
Oh, yeah. I'll let you take that over. I'll do Mr. Whiskers. And then...
Yeah, it gives you less to do.
Yeah. That works out for me. Just bear with me, and I'm going to pull something up here. Nah, go away. That's not what I wanted. Okay, that's definitely not what I wanted.
I dubbed the sexy tree.
It is not a sexy tree. Not at all. I'm just gonna pull up Gerald and Janine's stats as well. Yeah. I believe that's it. Did I keep them in here? Oh, they must be in a different spot. Oh, I know where I would have kept them. They would be where I keep all of my enemies. Merchant buildings, custom classes, creatures. That's where I want it. Assassins. Here we are. Alright, so we got this one. Download that.
Dude, you know what the ultimate gaming system for a dad is?
What's that?
The Nintendo Switch.
Because it's so portable.
It's portable, and like I can pause it at any time.
Nice.
Like I was playing Super Mario Odyssey, and like I just get a moon, and then it's like, oh, I need to go do something. Just pause, like put it to sleep, put it down, pick it up. Oh, so good. Take it to work.
Oh god, these guys rolled horrible too. Okay, so they're both going to get 6. So I'm going to have them act as one unit, because that's how they roll.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Alright. Boop. Boop. Alright. So first on the board, Mr. Zaertas. What do you wish to do?
Da, 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 da. Alright, well, I think... do I have all my weapons and stuff? Or a weapon?
Yes, you have all your weapons at your side. It's just you were bound at the time. So if you attempted any escape, they would make your head go pop. Goes the weasel.
Perfect.
Yeah. But now they're just like, okay, we could probably use your axe or sword now.
Right.
Yep.
Okie dokie. What would I have to roll just to see if this thing has a weakness or to anything?
I think you would have to roll knowledge nature to see if you recognize.
Well, that's a free
this
action.
might be.
Right?
Like I told you out of character what this is, but your character's like, the fuck is this?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, so that's a free action to do that, right?
Yeah, I'll say it's a free action.
Okay. Never mind.
You're just like, it's a goddamn monster.
All right,
it's
a
gonna
goddamn
eat me.
tree with a face. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna rage.
Of course.
What weapon will I use? I'm gonna go with my silvered morning star just to see if it will impact it more.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not, but so I get 2 swings with that thing. All right, let's see what the first swing is, and I'm gonna just for all purposes, I'm gonna hold my shield as well.
Okay.
Nice. So there's my first swing.
That'll do it.
For 12 piercing damage. And my second swing. Oh wait, hold on. Does rage give me more damage?
It
Hold on. Rage.
supposed to. It gives you stronger attacks, basically.
Oh right. You have advantage on strength saving throws. You gain a bonus to the damage roll that increases as you gain levels. Oh, but what is that? Oh, I don't have that chart available. I don't think it's that much more though. Let me just give me 2 seconds. I'll bring it up really quick.
Yeah, no problem.
D&D 5e Barbarian.
Just making myself some notes here so I know.
Okay,
which is
so
which.
so it's actually 14 damage for each one.
14 damage for each. Yes, plus 2.
So it's plus 2 damage.
Okay. So that.
So I delivered a grand total of 28 damage.
So we're gonna say you had to run up, to this, and you just
Oh,
start
yeah.
hacking away at this tree in a rage, just like lumberjacking all over it.
Like, I want to, like, deflect its root attacks with my shield as I'm just
Yeah,
breaking
it's
other
trying to
roots
like
and-
hit you, but you climb up one of the roots and just start
Nice.
hacking away at its face.
Beautiful.
So that's 28 damage. Okay, it's like creaking and moaning in pain. It's like just trying to get you off its.
Is it too late to do more damage?
I think with rage you're only allowed 2 attacks. If you're reckless, you can have 3.
No,
but you
you know
don't have
what?
that.
You know what? You know what? Because I didn't declare it at the proper time, it's all cool. I'll do
Yeah.
it next turn.
Okay, no problem. So that was your turn.
Oh, I could have done a shit ton of damage.
Captain Mormir is just like, okay, I'm not going near that thing. I think I'm just going to take some pot shots at it with my heavy crossbow. So he takes this big ass crossbow off his back, loads it, and fires. See if he hits.
Sometimes I wish I was a dragonborn and could just like light arrows on fire.
He hits it, and we'll say that it manages to hit one of the roots for 10 piercing, pinning it to the ground.
Nice.
So good job,
I just
Mr.
picture this
Mormir.
giant bolt just like yeah.
Just pins it. Alright, so that's his. Mr. Whiskers is up, so let's see what he wants to do today. What
I'm
can
gonna
he
yell
do
out
today?
after I just did all that crazy damage. I'm like, don't be a coward now, Mr. Whiskers.
Oh, now you just like making him feel bad.
Oh, I want him to like try to one up me.
Okay. I see what you're doing. You're trying to like pump him up a little, but also sort of like insult him at the same time.
Yeah.
So he starts playing his little flute, and he gives some bardic inspiration to. I believe he's allowed to do it to 2 people, or is it just the one?
It depends
person?
what level he is.
I'm
yeah.
reading that now. Yeah. If you do so, bonus action, your turn 1 creature other than yourself. So he's going to give it to Janine. So I'm just going to add a little note here for that. So this purple dot's going to be, yay, inspiration. She can use it anytime.
I love it.
So that's to her. And then as for him here, I could have sworn I had all of his spells in here, but apparently did not save a single damn one of them.
Of course, it's a giant tree.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like, Zalice has the ability to knock something prone, but there's no way you're gonna knock a tree prone.
Not quite. But
No.
this is an easy fix. I can just go back into my saved parts here. Geez, you think I'd be a little more organized right now, but hold on. I thought I had all the bardic spells up, saved in this thing, but I'll just pull it up the old-fashioned way here. Because I do remember making his character sheet. I just haven't ported it over completely.
You know
Alright.
what's cool?
What?
When Zalice goes into her wolf form, the lizard folk attributes attach themselves to whatever thing she is, so they all gain hungry jaws, natural armor, hold breath, and bite.
Wow,
As
that is
that's
impressive.
pretty cool. Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and say he does everybody's favorite lightning bolt to try and catch this thing on fire, because everybody knows trees do not like lightning, right?
We've all watched Avatar: The Airbender. Your ultimate fire technique is lightning.
All right. So just going to pull that up here. 100-foot long, 5-foot wide arc of lightning strikes right into the center of this guy, and he's got to make a dex saving throw to try and dodge it. Let's see how
I would
well
think
he
this
does.
tree has pretty shit dex.
I think so. Let's see. Okay, so he rolled that, and the saving throw that he would have had to have made would have been. Let's make this bigger. Nope. Yeah, that tree did not make the dex save. As you do. So that was 8d6.
Damn.
Let's see what that does. Oh, 27 to the face. All right. This tree's still standing strong, but it took a pretty decent hit from that lightning bolt, and you see like bark and wood just kind of splinter off its side as it leaves a smoldering mark
I'll raise my shield so like
to
bounces
block on
off.
it. Yeah.
I'm gonna look back at him and be like, good enough. And I'll, like, because he did 1 point less than me.
Yeah, he just kind of smirks at you and winks. All right. Now it's Quickwood turn.
I like how I'm turning. I'm just gonna gain the trust of all of them except Gerald.
Gerald just does not trust you at all.
That's fine.
All
I don't
right.
trust him.
So 2 roots take flight just on either side of you. So like this one and
Sure.
yeah, this one, the one in the center is pinned down right now. We'll say he's got roots all over. But the first 2 are just going
It's
to
like
go
we're
try and
fighting the Whomping Willow. I understand.
yeah. So
With a mouth.
does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Okay, and then the second root is a 16 hit.
That matches.
That matches, so we're going to give you advantage in that because that's how I do it in my game. So that is good.
I think that's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, I think that's how it's supposed to go too. And a 12 misses. So he tried to do root smack with 2 and go in for a bite. He manages to only hit you with 1 of those. And it's
Yeah,
only
how
going to
much
do
do it?
half damage. Rounded up, it's going to do 3. Because
Wow.
6 bludgeoning. So you just kind of like smacked in the head.
Well, that's not too bad.
No, it rolled horribly.
So yeah, like I want to block one with my shield, grab one, like knock one down with my mace, but then like because I don't have another appendage, like well, I guess I have a tail. But
Yeah, you do.
whatever. I get
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah, you just gotta get smacked in
I
the
get
head a little.
bitch slap,
Bitch slap, yeah.
shake it off.
Alright, so Gerald and Janine are gonna go simultaneously because they're twinsies. So, what could they do together? So, we're gonna say Gerald is gonna use his dual wield scimitar, and Janine is gonna take out a force dagger. So she kind of reaches into her spine, it looks like, but it looks like there's a
Cool.
knife just hiding in between her ribs, and she pulls it out, and you see this like black sort of viscous liquid form into a sharp, shadowy dagger. And then she just kind of like flips it with her fingers and goes in for a quick stab and slash. So we're gonna see how they do. We'll start with Janine. Or Gerald, I should say. What do you roll? Here, buddy. So Dex plus 5. So he hits with his, and Janine gets also. Oh, she gets a plus 3. So we'll see how she does. So Gerald hits, Janine does not.
That's a shame.
So they both kind of like book it up towards this tree. The tree kind of smacks the dagger out of her hand, and it dissipates onto the ground, just stabs into the ground and goes poof. So you just kind of like smacks off the side. Gerald manages to get both of his attacks off here. So we're going to say, let's see, how much is this scimitar going for? Okay. So let's do. So he does about 13 damage with his scimitars to the tree.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. This tree isn't. It's still looking pretty strong right now. Like it's gonna take a lot more hits before you take this thing out. It seems.
Yeah.
So Janine and Gerald are done. Zalice is up, so you can take control of your sister there. Do your
Cool.
thing.
She's gonna go all direwolf, and I'm pretty sure she only gets 1 attack. Yeah. All right, and she doesn't get her ability, which is fine. Wait, hold on. The wolf has advantage on an attack roll against a creature if at least one of the wolf's allies is within 5 feet. Alright, put Zalice near me. She can move a lot.
Yeah,
so
she can
don't
go
need to
5,
worry about
10,
that.
15, 20,
She can move up to 60.
25. Yeah, how's that? That good?
Yeah, as long as she can attack the tree as well.
Well, I'll actually give you control of her too to make it a little easier. Controlled by. I wonder if I can change
Okay,
that.
so she's gonna do a direwolf bite, and she has advantage. So 23
23 damage? Or 23 to
no.
hit?
to hit, yeah.
To hit? Yeah, that hits.
She does 10 damage.
10 damage. So she goes ahead and goes in for a quick bite, tears some bark off, and spits it out of her mouth.
Yeah.
So let's say she's about there then. Okay. And that's it for her turn. So Zaertas.
That's it, yeah. Alright. Alright, let's see if I can... Oh, it hurts me how much damage I could have done if I was just thinking. It'd been the first time I'm fighting with him in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna go again.
Yep. Oh, yeah, that'll hit. One
Right,
star.
right. I'm declaring my extra damage that I'll do after we see what this is. Alright, so that is 21. Now I'm gonna spend a level 1 spell slot, but not actually use a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? Divine Smite. 2d8 I have to roll. /R 2d8. Wow, that was a shit roll. Okay.
So you were
Alright.
using Divine Smite on it?
Mm-hmm. Which
Okay.
I can do, I don't cast the spell, I just expend a spell when I successfully do a weapon attack.
Okay.
So-
So let's see what that does. I got some magic dice here. Okay, so it looks like the spell goes off without a hitch. You managed to hit it with the Divine Smite.
Alright, so in total, that first attack was 24. Now let's see if I hit it.
Okay.
Let's see if I hit it with my second swing. Does a 15 hit?
No, 15 misses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright,
It's 24.
that'll have to do.
Okay. You're smacking chunks off this thing right now. It's taking some pretty bad hits. Captain Moromir goes ahead and drops his heavy crossbow, and he's like, screw this, I'm going to get up all in this fight here. So he starts drawing his greatsword.
I'm just savagely beating. I'm like wedging myself into the tree. I'm taking so much wood off.
Pretty much. Let's straighten him out here. So he's going to try and run across. But he kind of sees something coming out of the corner of his eye from the trees, so he kind of turns to face whatever that is. Let me just pull this up here. I got that. Okay. And out of the woods comes one of those weird-looking creatures. So that just pops out of the trees and grabs onto Captain Moromir and tries to bite into him. So right now he's grappled with this creature here.
Oh, is this a humanoid?
It's one of those humanoids, yeah.
Perfect.
So it looks like they were chilling in the trees, or they're still kind of like watching you guys, waiting to.
Can I roll
take
perception to see if I notice him?
Yeah, you can.
Would I notice him?
You're kind of busy facing that quickwood to actually notice that thing, yeah. So now I'm gonna throw this guy into the turn order here. Okay, 10, perfect. So he will go up just after the quickwood. You hear some yelling and some clanging of swords and such coming from the rear as well now. And you kind of hear the female yell out, "There's more of them over here!"
Thank God she yelled at, because Zalice will be perfect to fight that. I was like, I was gonna tell her, but there you go.
So yeah, right now you don't know what's going on. You don't know how many there are. You're focusing on the front right now. So if you turn, I will reveal that if you so choose. But right
I'm
now,
not gonna turn, but Zalice will fight that dude.
yeah, Captain Moromir's dealing with this guy right now. Mr. Whiskers sees that creature come out of nowhere, so he's gonna try and help out Moromir with whatever the hell that thing is. Let's see what he decides to do. Scorching Ray. Let's go with that, shall we?
That sounds super effective.
Oh, it is. Alright. So this person is going to have to... He is going to cast this at... Because right now it is, I believe, 2nd level? He can cast it 5th level. Shit. We're going to say he cast it at 4th level. So with Scorching Ray at 4th level, there are 3 rays. 3rd level or higher for each additional ray. He's going to cast 5 rays onto this thing.
Jeez.
And it doesn't say that he has to roll to hit. I believe this thing just has to make the save here.
Is there just one save for all of them?
Yeah, because it's a single spell.
Damn. Oh, right.
So we'll see how he does. It's going to be charisma save. And, ooh, this thing did not make that. So, there's 5 rays. So that means we're going to be casting... make a ranged spell attack for each ray. On hit, 2d6. Oh, that must be per ray. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Is that right? 10d6?
That's why I feel like you have to save against each one.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to say that was 1 ray. He's got to dodge another...
Yeah.
4.
I would do all the saves first. And
okay,
then...
so 4... Hit. I'm just going to count on my fingers on the hits. Hit. Hit. And this guy's not doing well. Hit. Yep.
Incineration.
He takes it all. So, rolling 10d6.
And now
the end is near. And he rolled
So
actually
my
really
face.
badly for this.
Oh my god.
Like
yeah.
so many
But isn't
twos.
If he's weak to fire, isn't that doubled?
Well, let me take a look at his stats here real quick. Okay.
Sometimes they are.
No, yeah, he's got no... He's got actually fire resistance.
Really?
Yeah, so he takes half of that.
That's
So
what, 13,
most of
14?
that is kind of like distinguished. So
That's
that
insane.
OP attack is just like, nope, kind of shrugs it off. So yeah, that thing barely took anything, and you kind of like can see his face. Well, if you saw his face, he'd be like doing the WTF face, like that did nothing to this thing.
Lightning, always the best choice.
He's kind of like Vegeta versus Boo. He's just like, how is this thing still standing?
Yeah, pretty much.
Let on my best attack. All right, quick woods up. He is gonna go after Gerald with its multi-attack. It's gonna try and use its 2 roots closest to him and go for a bite as well.
Ooh.
So we've got that's a hit. Hold on. What are you at, Mr. Gerald? To hit you, you need... Oh, no, he dodges that one. And then the bite. So I got 1 hit. 1 hit with the root. All right. So Gerald just takes about 9 bludgeoning damage. He just like takes a smack to his head too. Basically the same amount of damage as you did. You're still standing
Right.
So Quickwood is done. Let's see what else I can do here. Actually, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So now it's this creature's turn. So it has got him grappled. It's going to use... Oh, for crying out loud. Do I have to do that again? Hold on. Just bear with me. These things weren't working to begin with in the first place. Maybe I just need to copy another one of these over. Worst case scenario, I will just do that. See if that does anything. No, it's still having trouble. Okay. Wow, this is not my day with the technical difficulties here. Alright.
What are you trying to do?
Oh, I was trying to roll its damage and whatnot, but I'm getting an error saying, oh, it's not doing it right. So I'm like, oh, well, then you're mean and I hate you. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. I know what to do, though. I can just pop this up then out of its thing. I'll do this manually because it hates me today. Alright, so +7. See if it hits. That'll be a hit. And then it did. Okay. That's about 6. Okay.
Oh man, I just realized I screwed up again.
It's okay.
You know when I crit earlier?
Yeah.
I should have done crit damage for the smite as well.
Okay. Oh yeah, true. All right, so Captain Boromir screams out in pain as some black tendrils come out and shoot into his back.
Oh fuck.
And it pierces his back for 6 piercing damage, but it does 18 necrotic.
Ooh.
So you can't see this,
No.
if you did, it ain't pretty. You just hear a scream from the rear.
Yikes.
Alright. Janine...
Yeah, she lost her dagger, right?
Yeah, Janine lost her dagger. So she is going to go ahead and try and use a spell. I'm curious, what does this do? Okay. So, wisdom saving throw will be affected for choice of duration. So you see Janine's eyes go a pitch black, and she holds out her hand towards the Quickwood, and she just kind of mumbles some incantation to her, getting its attention on her. And it's going to go ahead and try and make a wisdom saving throw. Okay, so... Your saving throw is... that. Okay, DC 17 Charisma. Yeah, it failed that. So... it has now fallen unconscious. It has gone to sleep. So the tendrils just kind of like flop down, not moving. And the Quickwood just kind of like goes to a normal form. So now it's gone to like looking like a normal oak tree. It's just like
Wait. It's not. What?
it's not attacking anymore. It made it fall asleep. Janine made it fall asleep because it failed its saving throw.
Got it.
So now it ain't moving anymore.
Doesn't that mean the next attack on it has advantage?
Yes. It would also probably wake this thing up.
Yo.
So it's up to you if you want to focus on this tree now, or if you want to go.
Well, it's a good. I have to see if my rage, if I can
Resist hitting it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good point.
because I don't know the difference.
So she just like tells Gerald, ignore the tree. Go help the others from on the rear. It looks like they need more assistance. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. As Gerald run past, there are more and more that pop out from what you can see. Oh, well, what you can't see, but from what they can see. So that one is up. I'm just going to start revealing a whole bunch of these here. Ah, heck, I'll just reveal them all. Okay, so then Gerald's done. Zalice is up.
Okay, Zalice will come around to this feller. And because she's adjacent to an ally, she gets... Or actually, I guess technically she should be here.
It's still 5 feet, either way.
Yeah,
Diagonal.
yeah, it's true.
Meh.
Yeah. I'll put her back then. Alright, here goes her bite. Alright, so that's an 18 to hit this guy.
Okay.
Does that hit?
I believe that actually... That misses.
It misses,
Yeah.
eh?
Yeah, it's got him tightly wrapped, and it just manages to kind of like dodge off to the side as she goes in for a bite.
Can you make it do a strength saving throw?
I can do that, sure.
It has to beat 13, so it's not too hard.
It does not beat that.
It does not?
No.
Alright, she knocks it prone.
Alright, so they both go tumbling onto the ground. Because it's still got its tendrils wrapped into him.
Well,
So these guys are like prone. Into the tree. Just
course.
against it, yeah.
Alright, what do I roll to snap out of rage?
I would say you'd have to roll a probably wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
So you can kind of
What-
hear
what-
like
what am I
in
trying
the
to be?
background between the pulsating of your ears in their heart, Janine is just like, snap out of it.
Alright.
Just like muffled.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, so go ahead and swing at the tree.
I'm gonna swing at the tree. Oh.
You miss.
So, alright, well,
you
Should-
just swing wildly. You're just like, ah.
well, I hit it that time.
Ah, yep, you hit it that time. So roll for damage.
So that would be 10, and I'll throw on the extra damage. Let's see. So I don't have to roll to hit with the extra damage. Slash R. I'm gonna do a little more damage on this one. Wait, what is it again? Divine Smite. Yep. Here goes. Oh, 27 in total.
Jeez. That's not
I used a
creepy
second
at
level
all.
spell slot on that one.
Oh, smart man. So, from this damage that you're dealing to the tree, you can tell it's nearing the end of its life. Like, it has taken scorch marks after lightning, after, like, just hacking and slashing.
I want to say I'm getting close to the core of the tree.
Yeah, it kind of feels like you're getting to the center of it.
The Tootsie Pop.
Yeah, the Tootsie Pop part. The gooey center. So, now it just, like, wakes back up. And you can hear like Janine just like utter under breath, "God damn it! Gods be damned!"
I mean, I don't know how rage works when you put on the collar, but I mean, it'd
It
probably
doesn't.
be the same result.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, there's that. Okay, now on to Captain Mortimer. He's gonna try and wrestle himself free, because he is.
Well, he can use his movement action to stand, I guess.
Oh, he's still got the tendrils in him.
Oh fuck.
He can't move. He's still well wrapped into it, so that's
what
his
is-
turn.
Well, isn't there something he can do? Escape. Escape a grapple by winning a strength athletics or a dex acrobatics check versus the grappler's athletics check.
Well, let's take. Well, yeah, we'll take a look to see if his save beats the strength save of this guy.
Come on, I believe in this guy.
He does not.
Oh fuck.
Nope, no, he's still in it.
All right, I can't say I didn't try to help him.
Yeah, no problem. So Mr. Whiskers is.
Use your lightning, my friend.
He might hit Mortimer.
He probably doesn't care.
So, yeah, he probably doesn't care. But Zalice is nearby as well, and he doesn't want to incur the wrath of Zamar in case he misses and
giant
hits her.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna go ahead and fire off some magic missiles
There you go.
at I think at level 2, so that'll give us 4 magic missiles. So
Those just automatically hit, right?
yeah, they do. That's basically why he's playing it safe. So we want 4d4 plus 4 force damage, and they just automatically hit. So go ahead and roll for that. 13 damage for you, sir. What are your immunities? Yeah, he takes a full brunt to that. So 13 damage.
Nice.
Okay. Quick Woods Wake. Ta-da! And the one that woke it up, he's gonna go ahead and multi-attack with all his roots on you.
Bring it on.
So that is a 16.
Haha, you match me.
That's a 20.
Ouch.
And that is a 20. So 2 hits.
All right.
You're lucky they're not nats.
Yeah.
17. Have that rounded down, I believe.
8, 6, no, 8, 7, 8.
Yeah, 8. That's 8 damage.
I can't do math.
That's okay. That's why I have a calculator here. Ta-da!
All right.
All right, so that's its turn. So I'm gonna start with this Katori, is what they're called. It starts to levitate, and it basically just like slowly starts floating away into the tree canopy. Yeah.
Well, good thing Zalice can move 60. Wait, he
It's-
can't move. He's pinned.
Oh no, he was prone, so he takes
Oh,
like
prone,
half of his movement action
Oh,
Right?
God damn it.
to get up, and then he levitates off the ground and starts floating away.
Son of a bitch.
So he's above that tree right now.
Oh, that's right. Zalice didn't grapple. She just knocked him prone.
Yeah,
Because I think grappling's a whole action.
because this guy, I remember they actually have a whole list of spells that they're able to do, which is super neat. One of them being levitate.
Of course.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and double check. I wonder if it's fast. It's good. Yep.
Oh, grapples instead of one attack. If only she could have 2 attacks.
Okay, so he has to roll a Constitution saving throw while he's levitating. He fails that, so he's levitating with it. Yes, so it's 20 feet up in the air. And I believe I can do that. Yeah, it's 20 feet per turn, it looks like. It gently floats up, and it doesn't fly, so it's not speedy, it's just levitating. It can move,
Right.
but it moves 20 feet per turn. So he just went 20 feet up. So he's still over here, but he went 20 feet up.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm going to make note of that here real quick. Let's just give it a little notation here. We're going to call that floating.
Zalice has an interesting thing for this.
And floating. Okay, so those two are floating. This gentleman is going to go ahead and try and hit with its little tendril thingies. So 1d20 plus the 7. That'll hit. Okay. Oh, I can just click that. Good. I just have it pop up. Yay.
Yay.
So it did do its damage. I'm just going to do that. That makes things so much easier. 5 plus 17. 22. So now it has its tendrils in Gerald. And it did 22 damage. So now he screams out in pain and he is grappled. And then this Kotori is going to go ahead and do its thing. Attack with its attack arena. It misses. These two both do their attacks on Pegalas. That's going to be hit.
That poor man.
That's a miss. So this one's got its tendrils in him. And this one missed. 5, 10, 15, 20. This one's going to go ahead and try and hit him. Hit. So now his tendrils are in him. And 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 10. That's 15. And he's going to go after the nice elf rogue lady. That's going to be hit as well. So far, the entire party is almost wrapped in these guys here. Janine, seeing her brother in absolute peril, obviously gives less a shit about your stupid ass. So she
I'm doing
books
fine.
it and tries to help out her brother. Let's see. She's gonna just go in for a 4 stagger melee attack. Let's see how she does here. So plus 7 to hit. 10. That's not a hit. She misses completely. But she gets to do that again because she's doing a multi-attack. So let's see if the second swipe hits. That is also a miss. So that's her turn. Gerald is going to go ahead and try and do a strength save against him. And his strength save is going to be 0. It's going to be a flat d20. Oh, not bad. Does an 18 beat an 8? I think so. He breaks free and gets away from this crazy monster. As Gerald does so, the Pegalas guy gets enveloped by 3 of these monsters and is slowly being dragged off into the woods, screaming. Randolph the Beige yells out to his fellow compatriots to fall back to camp, and he starts powering up his wand. He lifts it up into the air and it starts glowing a very bright white color, and he kind of like yells out to your compatriots, you guys might want to not be around when this goes off.
What's he gonna do? Like, his friend's being taken away.
I think at this point, he's kind of feeling that you guys are being overrun.
Alright.
So he might be going for sort of like a last stand thing.
The only ones overrun is our friend at the bottom.
Yeah. Zalice's turn.
Alright, so this guy's 20 feet in the air, right?
Correct.
Alright, she's gonna use a point of key to double her jump distance.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to launch herself at that guy. Do you need me to roll athletics or acrobatics or something?
Yes, I would say acrobatics, because are you trying to tear him away
trying
from
to,
this, or?
I'm gonna like jump off shit and
Oh,
attack him. Yeah.
yes, acrobatics for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So, that stump there, you just kind of like get yourself some momentum. You jump towards that and use that to spring off of into the air. And are you trying to like tear the limbs off this thing, or?
She's gonna jump up, like above it, and arc down, and she's gonna try to like bring it to the ground.
Okay. So you're doing acrobatics to spring over, but yeah, we'll say she manages to get in the air.
Yeah, because we don't know if she's gonna hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so here goes. Ooh.
That is not a hit. So
It's not a hit. So she misses.
So she leaps a little too high and just kind of like barely nips at its head before landing on the other side here into the bushes. Yeah. So let's do another. We're gonna say acrobatics check to make sure she lands safely, just because she was a little off. Okay, she lands a little clumsily, but she doesn't twist anything. She's fine.
Right.
Yeah, but unfortunately she wasn't able to get this guy away. Okay, Zaertas, you're up. You're still in a rage. You're still focusing on Mr. Big Ass Tree over here.
Alright. I'm gonna use my channel divinity. When you make an attack roll, gain a +10 bonus to your roll. You can make this choice after you see. After I see the roll, but before you say if it hits. Okay, that makes sense. All right, hold on. I won't use that yet. All right, let's see if I hit first.
That unfortunately does not.
All right, well, you're not supposed to say that.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going to use my guided strike to make that 16 into a 26.
Well, poo you then. All right, that'll hit.
All right, so it's just the first number.
Okay, so just 12.
So 12.
Yeah.
And I'll throw on another level 2 spell slot. 4/R 3d8. Ooh. Total of 27 damage on that first attack. Is it still alive?
Barely.
Alright, so here's the second attack. Does a 19 hit?
That'll hit.
Add 12 more.
All right.
So that was a pretty good fucking turn.
Oh god, yeah. So this thing is barely holding on to it. It
49
can
damage.
it can barely lift its roots at this point. It's just like
Wait, it's still alive?
it's still alive, but it can barely lift
I'll-
its roots.
I'm gonna hit it again with a divine smite.
Okay.
Hold on. I have to use a level 1.
You're adding
spell
divine smite on top of the attack you
onto
just
the
did?
onto the second
A
one.
second
yeah.
one. Okay, yeah.
But it's a weaker divine smite. For 12 more damage.
That's enough to do it.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you take 61 damage at one turn.
Yep. So this tree just kind of like flops down. The roots just kind of like quiver, and they just like flop into the ground and slowly
So
go
hold
into
on.
the ground.
I've
right
been
now.
chipping away. Like, do I get to its core? Is there like a weird like
Yeah,
heart or something?
Yeah. So you managed to like open up its chest almost like just below the gaping maw that it has, and through all the gore and a couple of limbs that look familiar from the dwarf that have been partially
he's dead.
digested.
He's not alive.
No, he is not. He's been chewed into mulch, basically. Yeah, it's not a pretty sight. But through all of that, you managed to get to like this very tar-soaked, covered. It looks like a oversized walnut, but it's kind of like beating very slowly. So, with your axe or with your sword,
hold on.
yeah,
I see this beating walnut heart.
yeah,
Can I rip it out
yeah, sure.
and keep it?
Yeah, you can do that.
I'm so doing that. I mean, I could crush it, but I want to.
Yeah.
Like, I feel ripping it out is just as bad.
Okay, that works. Yeah. So we'll say that you take both hands because it's
What's
pretty.
it called? Quickwood?
A quickwood heart.
I'm adding this to my inventory.
Quickwood heart.
Heart of Quickwood.
Yes.
Yes.
So with both hands, you just like wrench it free of this tree, and it just falls limp completely, and just kind of like creaks
All right.
off to the side. It's just kind of like
I
standing
roar
up here.
triumphantly and turn around.
Okay,
Actually, I can still move.
you can.
How many spaces can I move? I can move 30, so that's 5 spaces.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Let's use diagonals. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1.
If you use diagonals, it goes 5, 15, 25.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yeah. If it's diagonals, it's 10 instead.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, never mind. I won't be able to make it then. So, what's the vibe? Are they gonna be running? I guess I don't know yet.
You're not sure yet. You're not sure how many are out there right now. But as you turn, you can easily see one of them's floating off to the side.
I can't help with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run down to this one.
Okay. So yeah, Captain Moromir is going to go ahead and make another con save here. He does not make it. He's still floating. Mr. Whiskers is coming about. Hold on, I want to do something real quick before I do that. Okay. Alright, so continuing on here. Let's see what Mr. Whiskers wants to do today. He's gonna do a cure wounds on Gerald because he's looking not so hot.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna go ahead and heal him up. Quickwood is down for the count, so
That's
it's
right.
out. The Katori are gonna go. So with all that commotion that's been going on, those 3 that you guys saw at the cave have now finally made their way over by you guys here. So they kind of heard all the commotion and go like, ooh, food. And followed by that is several groups of the
God.
spider skulls.
Oh god.
Just, they're booking it towards you guys right now.
Oh, like they're running towards us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like each skull is 3 of them. So 3 spider skulls for each skull. So
Alright, so now we should fucking run. Well,
yeah.
Good thing they came from up there, because that's where I was.
Yeah. So those guys are making their way over. This guy has been dragged off into the woods, disappeared screaming.
What was his name?
Pegolas.
Oh, I mourn thee, Pegolas.
Lazala has decided to heed the mage's words and try and make it past this guy. He's going to go ahead and roll for an attack of opportunity to try and hold her. Oops, I did that right again. Attack of opportunity. Boop, boop, boop. He misses. So she manages to do a 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And using her action She does another 30 to make it back to camp. 5, 10. And then that's going to be 20, 30.
Well, hold on. He could have disengaged if he's not going to attack, right? Then he won't provoke opportunity.
Oh, she wanted to do, like, for both her actions. So movement and action, she wanted to run.
Okay.
So if you're doing that, you're not spending your action to disengage. You're spending your action to double your speed.
That's right,
Yeah. So she decided to do that instead. So with that, this Katori, they start just, like, enveloping the altar right now.
So this guy's nuking. He's, like, gonna nuke.
It looks like he's powering up to just, like, obliterate everything in this area here.
Nah, shit. If I probably have disadvantage on this, but can I roll to see if he's going to be able to get this off before they take him down?
You can do an insight. Actually, hold on. I'll let you choose. You can choose either insight to see... Actually, no, it'd be Arcana. You'd have to be familiar with what he's casting. So roll for that.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah, you're not sure what spell it is, but whatever it is, you're pretty sure it's powerful enough to do some significant damage.
All right.
Yeah.
Whose turn is it now?
So the Katori are done. So Janine, and Gerald, they're both going to be like, all right, you can either come with us or you can die with these people. And then they're going to try and book it to that little spot over here. So this one here.
Ah, okay.
So I'll do just like a little freehand. This is like, that's the easiest way up.
Yeah.
There.
And we're thinking these spiders are going to go to the left and down, right?
Yeah.
Or that's one way they could go.
Mm-hmm. So.
Okay.
These two are going to start booking it. They're going to use their full 2 actions to move. And this gets an attack of opportunity on Janine and Gerald. So Janine's going to go first here. Okay. So that was... Yeah, it's got her holding as Gerald starts to book it past. But he decides to stay to try and hold this thing off because now it's got its tendrils in it. So he's going to go ahead and make a flat strength roll to get it to let go of her sister or his sister. Yeah, you're too far away. I was going to say if you wanted to make an assist, you could, but you can't. We're going to say that that's 16. Let's see what the strength is of this one. Oops. Roll. It's holding tight. So he cannot wrench that thing free of her. And he yells out to you to help. Zalice.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna roll a 1d2. Just to... Is she gonna come help, like, where I am, or is she gonna continue to try to free this guy?
Yeah, okay.
Alright, so 1 would be free him, 2 would be come help. Alright, so...
Yeah, this thing is floated up to 40 feet now.
Yeah, can't really get to him anyway. 3, 4, 5, 6... Now, what kind of move would she have to do to, like, allow me to mount on top of her back?
Who do you mean?
Zalice.
Oh, Zalice mount on top of your back?
No, reverse.
Oh,
like,
you mount on her. Oh, she's a direwolf.
It's her turn, so she would, like... Right?
Dex, I would say that... Oh, it's her turn? So let you mount on her?
Yeah. So I would have to do...
I would say your character... Zaertas would have to do Dex.
Dex saving throw or just
Yeah,
dexterity?
dexterity. Well, just a flat dex roll to see if you can hop on her. Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Cool. So she'll move in here with me,
Cool.
and then she'll bite his ass.
All right.
Or he's got tendrils in her.
He's got tendrils in her.
All right. So whatever arm he's using to do that, that's what she's gonna attack.
Okay.
What?
That's a hit.
Yes. It's 15. Or, yeah, 15.
15? Okay. So with that enormous chomp, she tears off the tendrils pretty much clean off. They're still inside Janine, but they're now limp on her chest. So there's like 3 tendrils just kind of like dangling from her chest.
Sure.
This thing screams out in like a inhuman scream. It's like,
is she conscious?
Like, falls back. She is conscious, but she is like holding on by a thread right now.
Oh. This is gonna be fucking perfect because Zaertas goes next.
Okay. So yeah, that is her turn. Zaertas.
All right. What would I have to? Can I do an athletics to pick her up and like get her on Zalice's back as well?
Strength.
Oh shit. Just strength, not I can't use athletics. Okay.
No, athletics is like movement.
I got it. Yeah. All right.
Oh no! So your hand slips from hers as you try and like get her up. But what I will do is let's see if her good old brother can assist. A 10 adds. Okay, so I believe it's a 10 or up will add a extra 2. Yeah, so that's an 8. Still not enough, unfortunately. You guys are kind of struggling to get her up on the direwolf.
God damn it! This is why I wanted to roll athletics.
We're gonna go ahead and say Captain Moromir and the floating one have just kind of levitated off the woods. Liza has disappeared into the forest up to the north here.
Man,
yeah.
That would have been my turn. Would have been so cool if I could have picked her up.
Mm-hmm. That would have been epic, but unfortunately, she's a little too heavy. Mr. Whiskers decides to
be so strong.
Mr. Whiskers decides that he has gone and just go poof. So he's a ninja. He's now invisible. Casted invisibility on himself. And he's going to make 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I was hoping that Zalice's pack tactics could work in reverse, but they don't.
Yeah. Alright, so the Katori, they're closing in. 5, 15, 20. And these things are getting very close.
Wait. Could she have used her bardic inspiration to help me?
Mr. Whiskers could have, but he did not.
I knew what Janine had one, but I guess she has to use it on herself.
Yeah, she has to use it on herself. So Janine is gonna use her bardic inspiration on herself. Ta-da! To try and hop on the direwolf here.
I'll hold my hand out to like help her.
Okay, so you can go ahead and roll a strength to assist her, and she's going to roll strength to try and get up. Well, actually, I don't have to use the inspiration yet until she
until you actually
need it. So
I have a +2.
Okay, +2. Cool. She just rolls a flat strength. There we go. Oh no!
Wow, this is just bad.
It doesn't even matter what she does. She falls flat. It feels like she's way too weak for this right now. She's just kind of like telling Gerald and you guys to leave her at this point. Save yourselves. Yeah.
I'm gonna try it one more time.
Gerald is obviously not going to let her die here, so he's going to try and use his strength again. And hope to God this is gonna be higher. No, it is not. He's just flustering about. So yeah, that's not so good. Zalice's turn.
All right, Zalice is going to, like, you know how like in those movies when like a wolf will like put the head down and like use it to like lob you up onto the back.
Yeah.
She's gonna try one of those.
All right, so you're gonna push back behind her, and she's gonna try and push Janine onto her. So
yeah, and I'll catch her.
Yeah. Okay.
So wait.
So now we got like 3 people doing it. We got Zalice, you, and Janine trying to get up on. So
this is gonna work.
Zalice would have to make strength, along with Janine.
Oh fuck. Zalice is not good at.
And I'm gonna say that she didn't use her bardic inspiration on that crit fail.
Ooh,
Good.
Zalice.
She will use her bargain inspiration on that, and it is a 1d8. Okay, so that's a 12.
12.
Plus 17.
And then I need a strength to catch her.
Oh, you already did your character. You need to do Zalice now.
That was Zalice.
That was Zalice? It says, oh, okay, yeah, do you. You do you, boo. All right, so finally, after much grappling here, I'm just going to say she's on her. We're just going to call
okay.
it.
Well, and now that she's on, Zalice will move up right beside Mr. Whiskers.
Okay.
And
cool.
Like wave, or I guess Zaertas can like wave him up.
Yeah. All right. So you two went. Mr. Right. Whiskers.
How many spell slots do I have? I have 2.
Turn.
All right. I'm gonna do a cure wounds on, Janine.
Okay.
So I have to use up 1 spell slot. I have 1 left. Wow, I only healed 6.
So.
Was that plus the 3? Oh no. Oh, sorry. Don't look at. Don't look at the number.
It's fine. You don't have to worry about the number. It's fine.
The healing is 6.
Healing bit. Yeah.
Which this is kind of funny.
So. You can't see it, but Mr. Whiskers plays a song with his flute, and Gerald now is invisible to you guys.
That's pretty smart.
So we're gonna say he's a.
Is he gonna hop up?
Ninja.
On the speeding direwolf?
You can't see him, so you're not sure where he is right now.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Gerald is invisible along with Mr. Whiskers.
Okay.
The Katori have now surrounded this gentleman. They seem to just be ignoring you because you guys are speeding away. However, oops.
If it helps, Zalice could use a key point to double her movement for that turn. If we're gonna get nuked.
So it might be a good idea because now this guy's eyes are kind of like glowing.
1, 2, 3. Actually, I think we're here.
I can't move these things. Okay, hold on. I'll just do this.
Oh, that means she has to use up the key points. She only has 1
so
left.
These ones were heading down towards your area. And these ones were heading towards this. Alright. Gerald, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And Zalice and Zaertas, you guys can do your movement.
Alright, so we'll get up here.
Okay. Boop, boop. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Alright. Katori. This guy is like pretty much dead.
I'm picturing this dude have like
Just like
8 different tendrils through his body, and he's like just about to cast his spell.
And with that, you see a bright flash of white light, and you just see everything within, we're gonna say 30 mile radius, just disappear, just incinerate, just like no ash,
Like a
just
crate, like
dust.
a crater.
No, not even a crater,
Oh.
just like a bright white flash of just, and then when you look, they're gone.
That's fucked.
Let's see. I got to get a ruler going here. Do we have a ruler? We have a ruler. Okay, cool. So 30 foot radius. Okay, so yeah. Yeah. Everything's gone. Just goes poof. So we're going to go ahead and say that is the end of our combat for this evening. So going to go ahead and turn that off here. Let's go ahead and skip that. And skip that. Cool. All right. So that was it for the combat, sir. We're gonna say you guys are.
I was
up
the
on
only
edge
person
here.
who killed something.
So reveal this area here.
You get 412 gil and the heart of a quick wit.
Congratulations. So yeah, that is what is revealed here. You guys kind of make your way through some thick brush and find yourself in, oops, I should say, let me select it all here. Oh, forget it. I'll just delete this. Stupid line. There we go. That's better. Okay.
All right. So when I healed Janine, does she still have that thing in her chest?
No, they've
it gone?
fallen out now. They're gone now.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah. So she's feeling a little better now. She's a little happier that she's not dead. So you done good, kid. You did good. So you see the spell dissipate from Gerald. But it looks like they're missing one of their party. Mr. Whiskers is not with them.
I open up my ears and see if I can hear him walking around.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah, you can't hear
Never
anything.
mind.
So Gerald and Janine, they both do the same. They're just kind of like calling out for him, but there's no response. So yeah, you could roll for knowledge arcana if you want to see if you can figure out what the hell that spell was that just happened. You still have no idea what the hell went on there. He's just like, I have no clue. No clue at all.
Well, are you two okay?
Well, that was an experience. That was Gerald talking. And then Janine just kind of like hugs her brother, but just kind of like side hug, just like, yes. And she's just kind of like awkward. And she looks to you, Zaertas, and she's just like, thank you for your help. If it wasn't for you, we probably would have all died there.
Someone had to keep the tree busy.
And she kind of like chuckles a bit. She's like, yes, you definitely did that. So Zalice kind of pipes up and she's just like, so what now? You still taking us to our brother? And she just kind of looks at Gerald and goes like, you know what? After all this experience, I think we're done with whatever it is they're dealing with over there. With no business of ours, but we are going to still have to see this through. However, I do want to let you know that we appreciate everything that you did back there for us. I think in the long run, we could be friends, but with the situation now, being so as it is, we may have to just trust each other. And she looks to you, Zaertas, is like, your brother wants one of you as a sacrifice. If we do not return with at least one of you, he will kill all of us until he finds one of you to sacrifice to his god. However, I can promise you, give you my word, that I will make sure no harm comes to you or your sister, whomever you choose to come with us to your brother. We will protect you. We promise. And I hope in the long run that your friends manage to reach us in time as well, so we can both stop this horrible thing from happening.
All right. Well, I think Zaertas clearly would say himself.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to think here. Yeah. Yes, of course he would. All right. So Zaertas will speak up and be like, he'll withdraw his mace, but not like in a threatening way or anything, and he'll just kind of like pat it in his other hand, like, I have to talk to my brother. Work out. And like, you'll see like his mace kind of crackle as if like about to come out, but then like he's pretty low on energy, so like it fizzles.
Okay.
But he's like, and then he looks at Zalice like with like it's like, he wouldn't say go home, but what he'll tell Zalice is, go. You remember the others I was with, right, Zalice?
She nods quietly.
And then is she still in wolf form?
No, she dissipated that, so you transfer back to.
And then it's like, go to them, tell them what happened here, tell them who I'm with. It'll be too late by the time they hear the news, but we know that I'll be the ending.
Okay. And she says, it's like, there's still good in Zamar, Zaertas. Please, try and convince him to stop what he's doing. So we can be a family again.
Persuasive guy.
And she's like, that you are. You managed to convince me of my error of my ways, so I suppose you can convince Zamar as well. I will go find your friends, and we will make sure that we return in full force.
Actually, hold on. Before she goes, I'm wondering if Zaertas should like try to hide who he's actually with. Do they know I was taken by Team Rogue?
Does who know? Your team? Your
like,
group?
No, the other guys, the like Hivsham and all them.
Oh yeah, they definitely know. But you don't know that.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Tell them we're with. Do I know their name, Team Rogue? I just know their names, right?
No, you know their names. Gerald, Janine. Okay. You also know they call themselves Team Rogue, because they announced that when they were in the blimp.
Right. Yeah. All right. Tell them I'm with Team Rogue, but tell them I've swayed them to our side, and I'll really eye Gerald.
Mm-hmm.
And then look.
He kind of sighs. He's just like, you saved my sister, and for that I owe you a debt. But only one. And she and Janine kind of like gives him a swift elbow in the ribs. He's like, ow! I was kidding.
Janine. All right, and then it's like, and then he'll do like a half smile there, like a smirk, and then it's like, we'll be okay, Zalice. Thank you for all your help. And it's interesting that you've upgraded from a little fox to a giant direwolf.
Yeah. So, yeah, they nod in agreement, and Zalice gives you a very heartfelt hug, and she makes her way off into the woods and see if, maybe in search of your friends.
All right.
As she does so, you do hear a whisper or a rustling in the nearby bushes, and Gerald and Janine begin to draw their weapons again, and you hear a familiar Zaertas friend.
Oh my lord.
He's just like, oh, friend, help, sir, alive, and he just like starts hugging you. He doesn't seem to.
Probably haven't. You probably haven't planned for this, but please tell me that like following him is my Hawk Fox.
No, your Hawk Fox isn't
Damn.
nearby. Sorry, it's just Gloop. Yeah.
Hey, buddy. And
Where
then
you been, me world?
I'll do my traditional pet, like my claw hand through his body.
Yeah. What in the God's name is that thing? Gerald's just like, ugh, it's disgusting.
Oh, don't worry about him. He's gonna help us out.
And he's like, very well, just make sure it doesn't touch me. It looks like it burnt all the grass around it.
You wouldn't want it to touch you. I can barely touch him myself.
Like,
and like my pulsating.
yeah. She kind of like looks at the thing and he's like, I don't know. He looks kind of cute. And Gloop just kind of like smirks his little not formless face and just kind of splashes his hands together. He's like,
I have a random question about Gloop.
Yeah.
Is he able to morph his physical features to kind of look like something? Like for instance, if he sees Gerald, right, and he tries to like copy his face a little bit.
He could. He'd
All right,
still be
curious.
a green goopy mess.
Oh yeah, for
but
sure.
yeah, you could definitely like morph in his face on his.
That'd be hilarious.
He's just like morph his face. Is like, wow, so serious, Gerald. Oh, no, serious, Gerald. Yeah, that would be weird. All right.
Yeah, for the future, I need to get like a cast iron pot that I can like, then like Gloop can like just hang out in it.
Yeah, that would work.
In the future. Not yet.
So we'll say that you guys start making your way to leave and find Zamar with Gloop in tow, as always.
Yep.
Janine decides that she no longer has any need for the collars that she was carrying in her sack, so she takes them out of her sack, throws them onto the ground, and stomps on them both. It's like, I never want to see those things again. That's the cause of this entire situation. And Gerald just kind of like nods silently in agreement.
Is this kind of like the end of the session?
This is the end.
Can I throw in one last charisma check?
Sure.
Yeah. Come on, nat 20, please. Oh.
Oh, so
Never mind.
trying your hardest, you give her another nice toothy grin, and she's just like, there's something in your teeth, and she just kind of like turns
It's
and
like sap
continues
and wood.
walking. Yeah, pretty much. All that hacking and slashing, you're just like it in your rage. You might have bit into it a few times as well while you were hitting it.
Probably. All right,
Yeah.
I'll look to Gloop. Like, I'll let them get ahead a little bit. I'll look to Gloop and like, what's in my teeth?
Oh,
Can you get it?
it looks like a dwarf head.
Can you get it out?
He just kind of like reaches in, scoops out what looks to be
that would
some
make him
beard.
happy. Oh, that would make him happy. Dwarf eyes and
He
dwarf
just,
brain.
he just looks at the beard, tuft of beard, and he just like spreads it on his face. He's like, I'm super beard. So
Well-
serious. And just kind of like hangs off his face and then peels off onto the ground. Oh.
Well, thanks, buddy.
He gives you like a thumbs up.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
And we're off.
That's the end of that chapter.
I like how I asked for a nat 20 again, nat 1.
Well, you got a 4 in charisma.
Could have gotten so differently.
Yeah. But that actually wrapped it up pretty good.
Yep.
Hmm.
I totally tried to make the villains my friends.
Well, it worked pretty well. I mean, not killing them while they were attacking the monsters definitely helped. And
Yeah.
trying to
I
get
also
them out
got
of
a
there.
nat 20 on the persuasion on Janine.
That definitely helped too.
Yeah. I feel like if I didn't get that, I would have just stopped. Like, not even tried.
Yeah, it's worth a shot to keep going.
Where's
So,
Mr. Whiskers?
you don't know. Can't tell you that.
Hopefully he didn't turn to dust.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not entirely sure. Like, again, if had you rolled higher in your Arcana, you would know.
Yeah.
But
I'm
unfortunately not.
I'm not the Archon Orc.
No, not quite. Yeah. But this was a decent prequel. Everything pretty much worked out, except kind of have to retcon the quick wit a little, but I got a way around that. So it's not a problem. But,
Is it not supposed to die?
well, technically it's not supposed to die, but did you
Well,
watch the last session?
no, I haven't really gotten time.
Okay. Well, I don't want to ruin it for you. But basically, the players, their party, defeat the baddie, and the baddie ends up being a good person, and he
Oh wait, that was that
undoes.
guy?
You know the giant.
Yeah.
Is like the spirit of the woods. Well, technically, spirit of the woods. He was like the guardian of the woods, and he was infected.
Oh, that was
Does
him?
that ring a bell? Yeah.
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 Oh.
The fact that they blew up a giant tree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know that
Whoops.
smoke and that distant explosion they heard?
Yeah, I totally killed his little brother, right?
Oh, you're talking about that? No, 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 no. No, it's you didn't kill its brother. It didn't have a brother. It was the last of its kind.
No, I know. I'm like your retcon.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, technically you didn't kill his little
Now
brother.
it's the last of its kind.
Now it is, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, but it turns back into a normal tree.
Alright.
The background is basically it was just infected with the blight, so it turned a
Yeah.
normal looking tree into a monstrosity. And
Okay,
with
that
the
makes sense.
with the feet of the blight at the hands of your party, the guardian of the forest is starting to undo all the blight in the area. And by the time
Right.
they reach this area, it is now almost gone. So all that moss that you saw and all that gross, nasty stuff, that is
Mhm.
more or less gone by the time they reach you
Oh,
or reach where you are now, because you're ahead of them.
got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Hmm.
Awesome. Now, question.
Hmm.
What did you expect me to kill the tree?
Uh, kind of. I did have a plan in case you didn't kill the tree. That was the main plan, but if you did, it's perfectly acceptable. It's not a huge deal at all.
Because
Uh,
I was like, should I go all out? And and if I had remembered my abilities earlier.
yeah, I did not know you would be able to do 67 damage in one turn, so that's
Yeah.
new to me. Um,
Yeah, but I used up everything I had. Like
mhm.
I used up all my level 2 slots. I only have one level 1 spell slot. Um, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well.
used my I used my the first time I ever used a guided strike. I've
Mhm.
never used that before.
Wow. Yeah. It's pretty powerful. It's a good one-hit kill, for sure, or at least to do some massive damage in one turn.
I don't know how many times I can use it. I'm pretty sure it's one a day.
Yeah.
Because I have a choice between that or something called Conquering Presence.
Hmm.
Oh, which I should have used on the other guys. Oh well.
Yeah. That's all right.
Oh, that would have changed it, because then that dude wouldn't have to evaporate himself and everything. Because if you Conquering Presence is you force each creature of your choice that can see you within 30 feet to make a saving throw, and on a failed save they become frightened of you, and they
So I have to stay away from you, in particular. Okay.
keep running away until they break out of the frightened state.
Well, not to say that you shouldn't have done that, but had you done that and it worked, I would have a little been perturbed because that's exactly what's supposed to happen. He's supposed to sacrifice himself, and you ruined it.
Oh, okay. Alright,
No,
alright, good.
I'm kidding. It's fine. Again, like it's my job to kind of like ad lib this. I wasn't sure if it was going to go 100% to plan, but it pretty much went to like 99% of plan. So
Except I have the heart of the tree in my inventory.
that's perfectly acceptable. You got a nice trophy.
Man, that's some good alchemical components right there.
Mm-hmm.
That'll sell for a high price in the black market.
Yes, it will. Not many people can kill a quickwood and keep its heart afterwards.
15,000 gold worth.
Not even.
No, no.
If Sam
Alright,
is
that's
definitely
fine.
going to want to take a look at it, though.
Oh, for sure. He'll probably just ask for it. And I'll be like, no, not for free.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, that was an excellent session. I believe we could probably arrange the last one for 2 weeks from now. Just have yet to get my schedule,
Your new schedule?
my new schedule. So maybe even next week we could do it. I don't have to do a whole lot of prep.
Do you
with the
need to do just me or for everybody?
This is going to be for everybody. This is going to be end of
Nice.
chapter 2. I'm going to try and make it on a Saturday. If I can't do it this week, we can try for next week. If next week fails, then I'll just do it next week sometime in the week. Just
For
because
me, easy.
for everybody. So I'm going to let everybody know that we're going to try and aim for next Saturday. And if I don't get that off, then I will let them know. The only prep that I really have to do is make the battle map. I've got everything else written out. All the sort of things that
Nice.
I'd like to get done. So yeah.
Nice.
Hmm.
Have you started the new job yet?
Oh yeah, like I'm back on days.
Oh,
Yeah.
how do you like it?
It's very nice actually. I'm just gonna go ahead and stop the stream here. So
Oh, yeah, sorry.
yeah, we're gonna stop that and stop the recording, and we're all good to go, baby.